Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Today I'm going to recap the weekend's NBA Conference Finals and Stanley Cup Playoff games, look ahead to tonight's games in each sport, go over the weekend's Major League Baseball, WNBA, Major League Soccer games, look ahead to whatever leagues go tonight. I think it's just baseball, honestly, because WNBA seems to be off on Mondays. Golf results from the Pga Championship, Nascar results from Texas, the American Idol finale, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with basketball, as we've been doing on the show. We'll start with Friday night and work our way to tonight as the Warriors come back from double digits down to defeat the Mavericks 126-117 to take a 2-0 series lead. Stephen Curry had 32, Luka had 42. Saturday, Heat beat the Celtics 109-103. The Celtics rallied back from a huge deficit. But the Heat still win. Bam had 31, 10, and 6. Jaylen Brown had 40. And then last night, the Warriors knock off the Mavericks 109-100 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Stephen Curry had 30 and 11. Luka had 40 and 11. And tonight, 8:30 ABC, you have the Heat and the Celtics from TD Garden. My projection is Boston by 1.5, total of 215 and 3/20. But that's as of last night. There could have been some injury news and whatnot that can change the projections of this game. It's a lot of questionables and whatnot. And the Celtics are giving 6.5 as of now. No, 7. Total 207.5. Oh my God. I still like the over, but I don't feel great about it. The reason why it's 7 is because everyone's just penciling the Celtics in to bounce back. I like the over. I feel like overs have been popular in this series. I do like Miami too, so for the podcast, the pick's the over, but if you want to go for the same game, I'd take the Heat and the over. But I do think that the Celtics will probably win the game. All right, now I'll move on to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. We will recap the games from the weekend and look ahead to the games tonight. Friday, Hurricanes over the Rangers 2-0 as the Canes took a 2-0 series lead. Number 3 started the game with a goal and assist, Sebastian Aho. Number 2 started the game with a goal, Brandon Smith. Number 1 started the game with 21 saves on 21 shots, Antti Ranta. Oilers over the Flames 5-3 to even up the series at 1. Number 3 started the game with 2 assists, Johnny Gaudreau. Number 2 started the game with the goal, Zach Hyman. Number 1 started the game with the goal and assist, Connor McDavid. Saturday night, Avalanche over Blues 5-2 to take a 2-1 series lead. Number 3 started the game with the goal, Colton Parayko. Number 2 started the game with the goal and assist, Ryan O'Reilly. Number 1 started the game with 29 saves on 31 shots, Darcy Kemper. Sunday, Lightning over the Panthers 5-1 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Number 3 started the game with an assist, Ryan McDonough. Number 2 started the game with the goal and 3 assists, Nikita Kucherov. Number 1 started the game with 34 saves on 35 shots, Andrei Vasilevsky. Rangers over the Hurricanes 3-1 to take a to at least force a game 5 to get within 1 of the series. Number 3 started the game with the goal, Chris Kreider. Number 2 started the game with the goal and assist, Mika Zibanejad. Number 1 started the game in which I thought was his best game of the postseason, 43 saves on 44 shots, Igor Shesterkin. Oilers over the Flames 4-1 to take a 2-1 series lead. The number 3 started the game with 3 assists, Connor McDavid. Number 2 started the game with 4 assists, Leon Draisaitl. Number 1 started the game with the hat trick of Vander Kane. 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock TNT, Panthers Lightning. Lightning going for the sweep. They're minus 122. Panthers are plus 102. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Florida plus 1.5 is minus 245. Lightning minus 1.5 is plus 198. Andrei Vasilevsky's been amazing these entire playoffs, and especially in the series. Bobrovsky, I think, will play better to keep the Panthers in it, but for the game, I'm going to go under 6.5 at minus 115. I think that the Lightning will close out and sweep. 9:30 TNT, you have the Avalanche and the Blues. The Avs are minus 166. The Blues are plus 138. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Avs minus 1.5 is plus 142. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 172. We'll get into the Jordan Binghamton thing in a second. He's out for the series, which is a big loss for the Blues. So I'm going to wave the white flag on my Blues pick to win this series. So I like the over because I know Binghamton. I think the Avalanche will put on an Avalanche potentially. I'd go Avalanche and Lightning's money line parlay with the Celtics for tonight if that's possible. So, and maybe a few other baseball big favorites too, which we'll get to. So for this, I'm going to go with the over 6.5 at minus 114. Now we'll go over the weekend's Major League Baseball results and look ahead to tonight's games. I don't think we have a busy baseball window tonight. All right, Friday. D-backs over the Cubs 10-6. Cardinals over the Pirates 5-3. Braves over the Marlins 5-3. Dodgers over the Phils 4-1. Orioles over the Rays 8-6 and 13 on a walk-off home run by Rougned Odor. Blue Jays over the Reds 2-1. Guardians over the Tigers 6-1. Red Sox over the Mariners 7-3. Tigers over the Royals 6-4. Rangers over the Astros 3-0. Brewers over the Nats 7-0. A's over the Angels 4-2. And the Pods over the Giants 8-7 and 10. Yankees White Sox postponed. There's a doubleheader on Sunday. Mets Rockies postponed. Was the doubleheader on Saturday. Saturday results: Yankees over the White Sox 7-5. D-backs over the Cubs 7-6 and 10. Blue Jays over the Reds 3-1. Game 1, Mets over the Rocks 5-1. Pods over the Giants 2-1. Red Sox over the Mariners 6-5. Dodgers over the Phillies 7-4. Braves over the Marlins 4-3. Cards over the Pirates 5-4. Rays over the Orioles 6-1. Twins over the Royals 9-1. Astros over Rangers 2-1. Brewers over the Nats 5-1. Rocks over the Mets 11-3 in Game 2. And the Angels over the A's 5-3. Tigers Guardians postponed. Make up on July 14th. Sunday. Cards over the Pirates 18-4. Phils over the Dodgers 4-3 and 10 on a walk-off error by Max Muncy. Has 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 10th, so that was a lucky win for Philadelphia. Red Sox over the Mariners 8-4 and 10 on a walk-off grand slam by Frankie Cordero. Orioles over the Rays 7-6 and 11 on a walk-off fielder's choice by Rougned Odor. Reds over the Blue Jays 3-2. Marlins over the Braves 4-3. Tigers over the Guardians 4-2. Twins over the Royals 7-6. Astros over the Rangers 5-2. Nats over the Brewers 8-2. Cubs over the D-backs 5-4. White Sox over the Yankees 3-1 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Mets over the Rockies 2-0. Padres over the Giants 10-1. Angels over the A's 4-1. And the White Sox over the Yankees 5-0 doubleheader Game 2 on Sunday Night Baseball. Tonight's a little bit of a larger slate than I thought. 6:30, you have the Rockies and the Pirates. You have Chad Cole and JT Brubaker. Rocks plus 112, Pirates minus 132, over under 8.5, overs minus 112, unders minus 110. Rocks plus 1.5 is minus 182, Pirates minus 1.5 is plus 150. I'm going to go with the Rockies as a road underdog, 55.7% chance according to ESPN Analytics, so give me Colorado. Cubs, Reds. Drew Smyly and Vlad Gutierrez. Low-key, only 4 games separate these two teams. You would think that the Reds would be much worse considering their slow start. Cubs minus 118, Reds even money, over under 9, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 146. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 178. I'm going under in that game. Orioles, Yankees. Jordan Lyles and Garrett Cole. Yanks minus 330. Orioles plus 265. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Orioles plus 1.5 is plus 125. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 150. The over's juiced because I think the Yankees could do that by themselves. This is a great bounce back spot for the Yankees. I'm going to see if I can get him in another spot. here. So I'm going to go Yankees -1.5 first half at -102. Similar to what I did. They played Baltimore last week and it paid off. Dodgers Nationals. Tyler Anderson and Jonah Dawn. Dodgers -215, Nats +180, over under 9, overs -122, unders even money. Dodgers -1.5 is -130, Nats +1.5 is +108. For this game, I'm going to go with, I don't feel good about it, but over 5.5 first half runs at +118. 720, Phil's Braves. Zach Wheeler and Tucker Davidson. Phil's -134, Braves +114, over under 8, -110 each. Phillies -1.5 is +126. Braves +1.5 is -152. Tough one, but I think 8 seems right for that. So I'm going to go Philadelphia Phillies first half result at -105. Tigers Twins at 7:30. You have Beau Brisky and Chris Archer. Twins -184. Tigers +154. Over under 8.5. Overs -108. Unders -112. Tigers +1.5 is -134. Twins -1.5 is +112. I'm going to go with the over 8.5 at -108 here. 7:45, Blue Jays Cardinals. Jose Barrios and Miles Mikolas. Cards -126, Blue Jays +108, over under 7.5, overs -112, unders -108. Blue Jays +1.5 is -100, Cardinals -1.5 is +164. I am going to go with first half result, Cardinals +105. Guardians Astros at 8. Zach Plesac and Luis Garcia. Astros -205. Guardians +172. Over under 8.5. Overs -112. Unders -108. Guardians +1.5 is -115. Astros -1.5 is -104. I'm going to go with the under in this game, but I don't feel good about it. 9:30, Royals D-backs. Zach Greinke and Zach Davies. D-backs -116, Royals -102, over under 9, overs even money, unders -122. Royals -1.5 is +164, D-backs +1.5 is -200. Zach Greinke back in Arizona, 51.1% chance, according to ESPN Analytics, and they're -102. Give me the Royals. Brewers Padres, good series. Adrian Hauser and Nick Martinez. Padres -112, Brewers -104, over under 8, overs -105, others -115. Brewers -1.5 is +158. Pods +1.5 is -192. 56.8%, they're only -112. I kind of like the Padres here. A's Mariners, Zach Logie and Marco Gonzalez. Mariners -172, Oakland +144, over under 7, overs -124, unders +102. Oakland +1.5 is -164, Mariners -1.5 is +136. I'm going to go with I don't feel good about it, but the Mariners first half run line, -0.5 at -112. And last but not least, you have at 9:45 the Mets and the Giants, another good series. David Peterson and Alex Cobb. Giants -148, Mets +126, over under 8, overs -105, others -15. Mets +1.5 is -172, Giants -1.5 is +142. For this game, I'm going to go with first half result, San Francisco -105, but I do not feel good about it. All right, now I'll go over the weekend's WNBA games. There are some interesting results, to say the least, in the W. And yes, there's games tonight. Friday, Commissioner's Cup, Sun over the Fever 90-45. Commissioner's Cup, Mystics over the Dream 78-73. Commissioner's Cup, Storm over the Sparks 83-80. Saturday, Aces over the Mercury 100-80. And another Commissioner's Cup game, the Wings over the Lynx 94-78. Sunday, Commissioner's Cup, Sun over the Fever 92-70. And another Commissioner's Cup game, Sky over the Mystics 82-73. And tonight, 10 o'clock on Facebook, Commissioner's Cup game between the Sparks and the Aces from Vegas. Who's 6-1? The Sparks are 2-4. Aces are favored by 10.5. Totals 168.5. Tough one. I like the Vegas and overs. I kind of like. So I'm going to go with over 168.5 between the Sparks and the Aces for that one. All right, now I'll move on to Major League Soccer. Interesting weekend. Not many games on Saturday because a lot of teams played on Wednesday. All right, so Saturday results. LAFC over Columbus 2-0. DC United Toronto 2-2 draw. New England over Cincinnati 3-2. And Nashville and Atlanta 2-2 draw. Sunday, Salt Lake over Montreal 2-1. Charlotte over Vancouver 2-1. NYCFC over Chicago 1-0. Miami over the Red Bulls 2-0. Minnesota over Dallas 2-1. San Jose KC 1-1 draw. Austin Orlando 2-2 draw. Colorado over Seattle 1-0. Houston over LA Galaxy 3-0. Philadelphia over Portland 2-0. All right, so we won't have games again until Saturday and Sunday of next week. The next time we have a game or games on the weekdays is in the middle of June, Flag Day, June 14th. All right, now we'll go over the results from the PGA Championship. And your winner with a score of 5 under and a playoff score of 11, selected by yours truly to win this thing, Justin Thomas. So, it's my first time nailing a major this year. I haven't nailed a tournament winner in golf in a long time. Probably since during COVID, I feel like I nailed one, like 2 years ago. When sports were starting to come back and golf was like the only thing on. Coming in second with a 5 under total score, a playoff score of 8, Walter Zalatoris. Will Zalatoris. Tied for third with 4 under Mito Pereira and Cam Young. Tied for fifth with 3 under Chris Kirk, Tommy Fleetwood, and Matt Fitzpatrick. 8th place with 2 under Rory McIlroy. Tied for 9th with 1 under Abraham Answer, Brendan Steele, Seamus Power, and Tom Hogue. Tied for 13th at even, Xander Schauffele, Max Homa, Tyrell Hatton, Cam Smith, Justin Rose, Davis Riley, and Lucas Herbert. Tied for 20th with 1 over Sandberg, Taylor Gooch, and Webb Simpson. Tied for 23rd with 2 over Stuart Singh, Kevin Na, Lucas Glover, Shane Lowry, Ricky Fowler, Joaquin Neiman, Aaron Weiss. Tied for 30th with 3 over Tony Finau, Bubba Watson, Audrey Arnis, and Bernd Weisberger. Now I'm going to just go through notables because of time. Tied for 34th with 4 over Matt Kuchar, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Reed, Gary Woodland, Brian Harmon, Mark Leishman, Keith Mitchell. Tied for 41st with 5 over Troy Merritt, Kevin Strillman, Victor Hoven, Kyle Lee, Cam Triangle, Adam Schenk, Luke List, Dylan McCarthy. Was tied for 48th with 6 over with Cam Davis, Keegan Bradley, Harold Varner III, John Rahm. Tied for 55th with 8 over Francesco Molinari, Brooks Koepka, Sebastian Munoz, Jason Day, Kyle Morikwa. Tied for 60th with 9 over Hideki Matsuyama, Saiwoo Kim, Lucas Griffin, Jason Kokrak, Ryan Henley, Louis Holton, Charles Schwartzel. 68th with 10 over Brett Horschel. Tied for 69th with 11 over Bio Hostler and Kramer Hickok. Tied for 71st with 12 over. Adam Hadwin, Maverick McGilly tied for 75th with 15 over with Patton Kazir. 77th with 17 over Robert McIntyre tied, 78th with 18 over Substraka. Among those cut, Ryan Palmer, Brendan Grace, Henrik Sassanine, Poulter, J.J. Spawn, Kevin Kisner, Henry Higgs, Lee Westwood, Russell Knox, Tristan Ziedenhout, and Yerbon Lahiri, Dustin Johnson, Scotty Scheffler, Jason Duffner, Adam Scott, Sergio Garcia, Hudson Swafford, Scott Stallings, Mackenzie Hughes, Corey Connors, Joel Dahman, Matt Jones, Cam Champ, Patrick Cantlay, Zach Johnson, Evan Van Royen, Jonathan Vegas, Daniel Berger, Carlos Ortiz, and Tiger withdrew on Saturday night, unfortunately for him, which was sad. He had a good first day and then kind of fell off the last 2 days. All right, now we'll recap the weekend's NASCAR results. From Texas, we'll start with the truck. Your winner, Stuart Friesen. Second, Christian X. Third, Ryan Preece. Fourth, Carson Hocevar. Fifth, Ty Majeski. Sixth, John Hunter Nemechek. Seventh, Corey Heim. Eighth, Chandler Smith. Ninth, Matt Crafton. 10th, Matt DiBenedetto. The rest, Grant Effinger, Ross Chasen, Ty Bodine, Jordan Anderson, Brett Holmes, Jack Wood, Haley Deegan, Austin Wainsfelth, Jesse Little, Timmy Hill, Chase Purdy, Tate Fogelman, Brendan Poole, Tanner Gray, Tyler Hill, Blaine Perkins, Ben Rhodes, Spencer Boyd, Dean Thompson, Lawless Allen, Chris Hacker, Zane Smith, Tyler Ankrum, Colby Howard, Chris Wright, and Derek Cross. Xfinity from Texas. Your winner, Tyler Reddick. Second, William Byron. Third, Sam Meyer. Fourth, Justin Alger. Fifth, Austin Hill. Sixth, Ryan Truex. Seventh, Josh Berry. Eighth, Riley Herbst. Ninth, AJ Allmendinger. 10th, Landon Castle. The rest, Daniel Hemrick, Ty Gibbs, Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, Brandon Brown, Jeremy Clements, Stephon Parsons, Mason Massey, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Josh Williams, David Starr, Myatt Snyder, Joe Graf Jr., Bailey Curry, CJ McLaughlin, Sheldon Creed, Timmy Hill, Patrick Emmerling, Brett Moffitt, Ryan Ellis, JJ Yealy, Anthony Alfredo, Alex Labb, Jesse Iwuji, Ryan Sieg, Noah Gragson, Matt Mills, and Ryan Vargas. And now the NASCAR Open for the Cup Series. Your winner was Daniel Suarez. Coming in second was Austin Dillon. Third, Justin Haley. Fourth, Corey LaJoie. Fifth, Eric Jones. Sixth, Ty Dillon. Seventh, Cole Custer. Eighth, Todd Gilliland. Ninth, Cody Ware. 10th, Garrett Smithley. 11th, BJ McLeod. 12th, Tyler Riddick. 13th, Harrison Burton. 14th, Chris Buescher. 15th, Landon Castle. 16th, Ricky Styles Jr. And then the All-Star race, your winner, Ryan Blaney. Coming in second, Danny Hamlin. Third, Austin Cindric. Fourth, Joey Logano. Fifth, Daniel Suarez. Sixth, Alec Bowman. Seventh, AJ Allmendinger. Eighth, Chris Boucher. Ninth, Brad Keselowski. 10th, Chris Bell. 11th, William Byron. 12th, Eric Almirola. 13th, Kurt Busch. 14th, Martin Truex Jr. 15th, Michael McDowell. 16th, Bubba Wallace. 17th, Kevin Harvick. 8th, Chase Briscoe. 19th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 20th, Eric Jones. 21st, Kyle Busch. 22nd, Ross Chastain. 23rd, Chase Elliott. And 24th, Kyle Larson. All right, now we'll move on to the American Idol finale. It was a fun finale. The contestants did a couple rounds of songs, the opening of the show was the top 10 featuring Flo Rida as they performed Flo Rida's Good Feeling. And then they do your typical open with Seacrest and the judges. The first round was the Bruce Springsteen round. Leah performed Cover Me. Hunter Girl did Dancing in the Dark. And Noah did I'm on Fire. And then the next round of performances was the originals. Leah did a song she wrote called Flowers. Noah performed a song he did called One Day Tonight. And Hunter Girl performed her single Redbird. Then Earth, Wind, and Fire performed alongside Jay as they performed Shining Star, Let's Groove in September. Jay came in during Let's Groove. Then Mike Parker with Deanna Carter performed Deanna's Strawberry Wine. Then they announced the second runner-up, who happened to be Leah, which was the right call. Then Lady K and Ben Platt performed Elton John's Take Me to the Pilot. Then Emerson, alongside Gabby Barrett and Cade Foner, performed Pick Me Up and The Good Ones. And then the top 10 with Ty Verdes performed Ty's A-OK. Then an emotional performance with Nicolina and Sarah Bareilles performing Sarah's She Used to Be Mine. And then Katy Perry and Thomas Rhett performed Thomas's When We Started. Then Fritz and James Arthur performed Can I Be Him? And then Christian Gordino and Michael Bublé performed Nat King Cole's Smile. Then Noah performed the Melissa Etheridge, performing Melissa's The Only One. And then the top 10 finalists alongside Lionel Richie performed Lionel's You Are. And then Ben Platt with Sarah Bareilles with background vocals from Leah, Jay, Nicolina, and Fritz as they performed Grow As We Go. Yeah, Jay, Emerson, Nicolina, and Leah were among the performers in there. I thought Fritz was in there too. That was a mistake. They put in Nicolina and there, but I'm sorry, Leah, Jay, Nicolina. But I thought Fritz was in there too. And then Katie and Leah performed Katie's Firework. And then Luke performed with Hunter Girls. They performed Randy Travis's I Told You So. And then it was the reprise round where the finalists performed a song that they performed on the show in the past. Noah went first and performed Stay by Rihanna. Then Hunter Girl performed Riot by Rascal Flatts. Then they announced the winner. With over 16 million votes, your winner of American Idol Season 20, Noah Thompson. I thought that Hunter Girl should have won. I thought Hunter Girl was the best contestant all year long. Noah was amazing. I loved his story about how his friends signed him up for the show, and he made it all the way to the end and won it. So, congrats to Noah. I love the story. Noah's a great singer. I thought he should have been the runner-up. I thought Hunter Girl was the best all year. And then Noah performs One Day Tonight again with his peers on stage with him. You love to see when the finalists all come out and join the winner on stage after the winner's unveiled. That's one of the more fun moments on the American Idol season. But it was a good season. It was a good finale. I loved the Sarah and Nicolina performance together. I loved Lionel's yellow suit when he in the top 10 performed You Are. Hunter Girl and Luke, I thought, was going to perform Country Girl. I just love the idea of them singing Country Girl together. It's Luke's song, and I could just slowly see Hunter Girl and her country singing that song. And, like, Luke be like, Hunter Girl, shake it for me, girl. But not meant to be. They sang a beautiful Randy Travis hit with I Told You So. All right, news and notes time. A lot of stuff to touch on from what was a busy weekend in the world of sports and otherwise. Trace Jackson announces that he's going back to Indiana. That's big news for the Hoosiers. Kadarius Toney had minor arthroscopic knee procedure expected back for training camp. Xander Bogaerts exited the game on Friday night after a collision with Alex Verdugo while chasing a fly ball. Rockies activate Chris Bryant from the injured list as he had a back injury. Taylor Ward avoids a concussion after colliding with the wall on Friday night. There is talks and growing frustration with about Commanders owner Dan Snyder and has other owners counting votes to potentially force the team's sale, which would be crazy. This would be literally Donald Sterling 2.0 here. Mariners signed Justin Upton to a major league contract. The Orioles called up Adley Rutschman on Saturday, and his first hit was a stand-up triple. I don't think anybody would have guessed that one. 8-year WNBA veteran Tierra Ruff Pratt retires. So, congratulations to her. Juwan Howard passed on an opportunity to interview with the Lakers for their head coaching job. There's obviously LeBron ties with him, so I just think that Juwan wants to stay in Michigan and keep his guys there happy. And apparently the frontrunner for this job is Bucks assistant Darvin Ham, which is interesting if the Lakers go that route because the Lakers like the big names and the sexiness and the win the press conference. So to go with this route is really ballsy by them. And they're taking a big risk here. And among the finalists is Terry Stotts. And I believe the other one was it was a veteran that used to coach. I can't think of who exactly it was. It was Stotts, Ham, and who was it? It wasn't Mark Jackson. I know that. Lakers head coach finalists. And Kenny Atkinson. I knew he was another ex-coach. We talked about Jordan Binghamton done for the series with the knee injury. That's unfortunate for St. Louis. I think they're cooked. And the Avs were missing Samuel Girard as he has an upper body injury. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Maybe he's back tonight, but that's a loss for Colorado. The Patriots players are alarmed with staff that Bill Belichick has put together in the direction of the offense. That's not great at all. The Colts are eyeing Nick Foles as they're working to add a veteran quarterback and reunite him with Frank Reich. The Cleveland Browns are bringing back Jadeveon Clowney after finishing with 9 sacks. Stars head coach Rick Bowness announces that he is leaving the team after 3 seasons behind the bench and a trip to a Stanley Cup final. So, now the Stars are a team that's in the Barry Trotz market. Brad Marchand shuts down trade rumors as a reporter gets ratioed after suggesting that Marchand should look at other teams. Yikes. Leafs extend Mark Giordano 2 years for $1.6 million, so that's a steal for them. Also getting a contract extension was Penguins winger Brian Rust. It was 5 years, 26 or about 25.5 million in total. Oh, a little over 5 million a year for Brian Rust. Aaron Judge likely to clear 300 million as he is heading for a massive contract this offseason if he stays healthy. The bunch of brawls at the stadium this weekend as Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson had some beef. Apparently, Josh Donaldson said something racist. Well, that was according to Tim Anderson. But Jackie's not racist. Like, come on. Tim Anderson's just full of crap. And I know Tim Anderson got the last laugh yesterday with the big home run that blew the game open for the White Sox, but still. I'd love to see Yankees White Sox in the playoffs. I think that's not inconceivable. And Liam Hendricks calls out Josh Donaldson and says that his explanation of Tim Anderson was complete bullshit, which, these two teams are going to go back and forth. This will blow over, but at the same time, it's wild that this has kind of become a rivalry. And bad Yankees news, Chad Green to have Tommy John surgery, the first big loss of the season for them. You could argue yesterday was probably their worst day of the season with getting swept and the Chad Green news, and then two players with Joey Gallo and Kyle Higashioka added to the COVID list. So not a good day for the Yankees yesterday, but no one's going to be talking about it because of the Rangers. So they're lucky that this is going on while the Rangers are in the midst of a playoff run. And speaking of the Rangers, Will Zalatoris said Rangers in 6 as Zalatoris was driving in the Pga Championship playoffs. So that was really funny. And we talked about Tiger withdrawing and Justin Thomas against Will Zalatoris at the playoff. The Preakness was over the weekend, and your winner was early voting. So good for early voting. He was the 5 horse with 5-1 odds to win. We'll see if early voting goes to the Belmont or not. I think we'll see him. We'll see Epicenter. We'll see Rich Strike. And we'll see a bunch of big horses in there. Mbappe rejects Real Madrid as he has made his decision over huge summer transfer, and he's staying in Paris. So that is big news right there. Otto Porter left yesterday's game due to left foot soreness. There was a lot of speculation about Jimmy Butler and whether he was going to play in Game 3, but he did. And there's a strong possibility that he will play tonight as well. The all-defensive team was announced the other night. And it is Giannis, I believe Marcus Smart was on there. There were a bunch of big stars on the all-defense team. So the first team was Giannis, Smart, Jaren Jackson Jr., Rudy Gobert, Mikal Bridges. And the second team was Bam, Draymond, Drew Holiday, Matthias Thybulle, and Robert Williams. So those are really good teams. Giannis had to be on the first team if you asked me, and so did Marcus Smart. So I thought they did a good job with the all-defense teams this year. And then some not sports news. Bill de Blasio announced his run for U.S. Congress. And he says he feels good about it and he's going for it. We'll see about that. There's a can that tossed Eric Adams at a Brooklyn event that misses him, but his security detailed. And that's really it among news and notes. And last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There are some good ones that I liked, but I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to go with the over in Heat Celtics Game 4. I'm going to lay a unit on it. So over 207.5 between the Heat and the Celtics for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything from all the sports. Look ahead to everything tomorrow. And then, obviously, news and notes and best bet. Maybe I'll drop a power rankings for baseball tomorrow, so we'll see about that. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.